Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nerd Doctors. Today, we're going to be talking just about our overall thoughts with the Ahsoka series that recently came to an end. We reviewed it episodically. You can go check that out on our channel right now. But overall, I think everything tied together pretty nicely. I really enjoyed this show. I think it's probably the best thing to come out of Star Wars, especially like the live action TV series in a number of years. I enjoyed all the characters. I think Dave Filoni did a great job. And he really gave us a lot of things that we all hoped for, but I don't think any of us were really expecting.
I really love the show. Um, you know, if you go back and check our reviews on each episode, Griffin and I were both very worried about where this was going to end up because of the season finale of Mandalorian season 3, which fucking
Yeah.
sucked. It was very underwhelming. Um, but I'm very happy. There was one episode here that I was meh about.
Yeah, episode
Um,
7.
it's still a very good episode, still very um good quality, very high quality as opposed to most of the stuff that's out there. But it was my only gripe about it was it's not as good as the things that came before, or definitely not as good as the finale. But other than that, that and the fact that Ezra kind of hinted at a sisterly
Oh,
love between.
I think he straight up said it in the first episode.
Yeah, and Griff and I both rolled our eyes at that because there's no fucking way. Ezra, the from the
No.
moment he met Sabine, he had a crush on her,
Oh yeah.
and it just didn't. And seeing her live action, I feel that, man.
Yeah, the actress was fantastic. All of the actors in this show did an amazing job. The new casting of Sabine and Ezra were fantastic. Both of them were absolute standouts. We Edward and I both enjoy the character of Sabine. We both think the actress is amazing. And then even though Ezra didn't have too much screen time and got introduced at the end of episode 6, that actor did an amazing job, and I can't wait to see him in Heir to the Empire. I think he's going to do amazing. But the character kind of just stole it all. It was just Balin Skull and Ray Stevenson. I think he did an amazing job.
I agree. I had a great time. I think it's a phenomenal show. I think the cast is amazing, as Griff said. There was a lot of stuff in here for true Star Wars fans. Those of us that have read the books, read Legends, are into Clone Wars and stuff like that.
Oh, even played the video games. There were video game references to Cal Kestis and Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, I'm very, very overall, I'm very happy with the show. I think it is the best thing that has come out of Star Wars since Clone Wars and Rebels. And Griffin and I both fucking love Star Wars,
Yeah.
particularly Clone Wars and Rebels. It is amazing television. The storytelling in those shows is, on par with anything that's good out there. This show's up there, man. It really delivers. Ahsoka's great. Sabine is phenomenal. Balin Skull is a character we thought we wouldn't give two F's about. We ended up, and not just because of the untimely death and passing of Ray Stevenson, but his character really we dug it.
Yeah.
We have so many questions as to why, where, and we can't wait. We now know that more likely than not we're going to get a season 2.
Yeah.
Um,
This was changed from a series premiere to a season finale. Sorry, series finale to a season finale, and season 2 is officially being talked about. I think it looks like they're going to recast Ray Stevenson's character. I don't think they have a choice anymore.
Hopefully that is the case. Ray Stevenson did a phenomenal job. I do want to emphasize that point. He made the character, but I do think that this is something that should be recast. I know I said in one of our previous videos that I didn't want him to be recast, but honestly, we both thought that this was a one-off. We did not think that we were going to get a season
Yeah.
2. Moving forward, the character does need to be further explained. There's a lot of questions to be answered, and I think the only way to do that is for a recast. You know, um, but the actor that's going to step into this role, I don't envy him, man. He's got big
No.
shoes to fill.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pick up a lot of slack, and it's gonna be very interesting, especially with the statue of the father and the brother and the
Absolutely.
destroyed statue of the sister, and seeing the Moroi owl towards the end. And seeing Anakin's Force Ghost towards the end was something I know you and I have been hoping for a while, and that really
Yeah, I had
Edward's been slowly convincing me for a couple of years now, and he's finally won me over for having Luke and Anakin and Leia having a scene together in Heir to the Empire. Finally getting me there.
I'm a big fan of the Thrawn trilogy books. Like big fan. I've read them several times, and Griff just purchased Heir to the Empire, and in those books, Luke is heavily present, and Griff and a couple other friends are like, I don't know if I still need Luke and, further iterations and things like this. And I understand moving forward, like towards the prequel trilogy and afterwards, I understand why you want to move away from Luke.
Yeah,
Um, and a lot of people have said, well, we need to move away from the Skywalker family. Clearly,
they
that's
have
not
no interest
happening
in that.
because Rey is officially Rey Skywalker, and we know she's getting her own movie where she's, bringing back the Jedi Order. I don't know how many times these Jedis can be brought back, man.
I don't know. We'll see. I hope that movie's good, but somehow Heir to the Empire has to set up the First Order as well.
Yeah.
I know there is an animated series that went on for a couple of seasons where one of the characters that was in that series is actually in the Ahsoka series. He's one of the counselors. So perhaps seeing that in live action or some sort of connection we'll get. It's just I don't know what they're planning to do. I still think there may be a third project. A third project could very well be Ahsoka season 2 at this point. But it seems like something else is coming or something bigger besides the First Order is going on. I don't know. Hopefully we get like some sort of villains that's no longer just this political
For
government because that's all we've had.
well, in the Legends books, there is
Oh,
a
there's a
very
lot of them. Yeah.
there is a very ominous threat. There's a race of like
Yeah.
these crazy space aliens that were vanished, and Force users are kind of helpless against them. I remember those dudes. They have a weird name, Vajan Zun or something like that.
Okay.
But they were deadly, man. And I remember loving those books. Because a lot of Jedi got killed. And it really took not just the Jedi, but like, the galaxy to come together and face off. So and they're not political. They're just here just for, death and destruction and dominance.
Okay.
They're not political at all. They're not like some Palpatine or some guy who wants to be a senator. They couldn't give two fucks about that. They're just evil space aliens who are grotesque and deformed, and they're all about death and destruction, man. So who knows? Dave Filoni has said, look, there's a lot of stuff from Legends that I want to use,
Yeah.
and I would not be opposed to it. So who knows?
Or
Thrawn is a very deadly uh, adversary because he's ready,
I
and
hope they
we're gonna
show
see.
that more in Heir to the Empire because they hinted at it in Ahsoka and they showed it a bit in Rebels, but I hope they really go all in with that to Heir to the Empire to show everyone who haven't seen Rebels and read the books that he's really deadly.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna see a lot more of him. What we saw, I really enjoyed. Thrawn does need to lose a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Um, but that's a minor gripe. I loved seeing Anakin in flashback Clone Wars scenes. I loved seeing his Force Ghost. I want to see more of his Force Ghost.
Yeah. I think anytime we
I'm
see Hayden
sure.
Christensen is always great. I think all people have finally started to accept him and are ready for him to actually
I'm
continue to play
excited for
Anakin.
I'm excited for what's next. I have been telling Griffin, I do need a scene with Anakin Force Ghost and Leia because more so than with Luke, because Leia Vader was there when Alderaan was blown up.
Yeah.
I want to see scenes where like Leia learns about her mother and is like, wait a minute, you essentially killed my mom. So I don't think it's just gonna be like, oh hey dad.
No, not at all. That'll be a very
I think
tough conversation.
yeah, I want to see those scenes, and I want to see how Anakin explains, because Anakin he knows full well what he did. He's back to the light side, yes, but that doesn't erase the past. So I want to see how Leia handles that because I really think she's gonna tell him to go fuck himself for a good while.
I think that'll be
Luke is more
hard, but
understanding. Luke is more like, yeah, Dad, I mean, Shit happens. Teach me
Yeah.
some Jedi stuff. That's how Luke is just
Teach me how to
more
fly.
understanding and more about that. Okay, this is my destiny. This is what I get to do. Than Leia. Leia's not into that shit. Leia's like, no, you know. And I want to see Han. I want to see how Han handles being a dad to a young Ben, because I think Han sucks at being a dad. And I'm sure he sucks at being a husband from what we've gotten in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to see how they're gonna face against this new threat, because this is not Palpatine. Palpatine was a lot more behind the scenes. Thrawn is front and center. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we'll see. There's definitely a lot of questions, especially since this is a loose adaptation of Heir to the Empire. I do hope they keep the ending to the trilogy because I do think that would be very powerful.
I still
But
think we're gonna get Mara Jade.
I hope,
I think
I
we
hope,
will.
I hope if they do that, then they should really go all in with Luke and cast a younger actor instead of just doing CGI Hamill. But we'll see. I
I
mean,
mean, they
I know
have,
Sebastian Stan wants it.
yeah,
We've been,
just he's there. He looks
yeah,
like him.
both Mark Hamill and Sebastian Stan have been wanting it.
I think if Disney, if look, if they were smart enough to go call Charlie Cox back and Vincent D'Onofrio for Daredevil. I know I'm getting a little off base here, but hear me out. And I still think they're gonna call Foggy, Karen, and
Oh yeah,
Elektra.
yeah.
I think if they were smart enough to do that, and they have a guy who essentially looks like Mark Hamill's fucking son, what? Because a friend of mine, funny enough, was asking me, he was like, "Well, what about Leia, dude? What about Leia? Millie Bobby Brown?
Oh yeah, I've seen. Yeah,
She looks like Natalie Portman's daughter anyway, so why not?" I know a lot of
honestly,
people don't like her.
I can see it.
She could be a pain. I get that, but that
I
doesn't take the fact that she's a great actress.
Yeah, I do think it'll take a little bit of time just to adjust to the recasting, but
I can see that shit
I
right
think
now.
at some point it's going to happen, and these
Yeah,
characters are going to be recast.
I'm totally fine with
Might
it,
as well
man. I'm
do it
telling you.
now. We'll see.
Sebastian Stan is a phenomenal actor.
Oh
I
yeah,
love him as Winter Soldier, and he looks exactly like. I mean, there's been side by side pictures. He looks exactly like Mark Hamill did back when he did A New Hope. There's no reason not to Disney. I'm giving you free money here, man. There's no reason why not to do that. And Leia, there is Carrie Fisher's daughter, or there is Millie Bobby Brown for young Leia.
yeah.
Um, and I like the dude that played young Han Solo. I don't
You
need
did a great
Harrison
job.
Ford CGI.
Yeah, and it
That's
did not
that's
work
very
for Indy.
that's very costly. So just call the dude that played young Han Solo, and you're fucking golden. We're good. And Chewbacca,
Yeah, you can
I
still
mean,
use the
I
same
love
actor.
I loved Peter Mayhew, but he's passed. Just put
Oh,
put some tall dude in there,
yeah,
and you're good.
yeah,
Yeah. R2, Kenny Baker was awesome. But, you know, we're good. I think we're golden. I can't wait to see what comes next. I know a lot of my friends are like, "Fuck you, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. We're bored and we're tired of Luke." We haven't seen what he that scene in The Mandalorian where he shows up and he whacks those droids was phenomenal.
yeah,
Luke starting his own Jedi Order, getting to know fresh new Jedi that we don't know F about, and seeing the dynamic between his nephew, Ben. We all know he's going to go to the dark side and turn into Kylo Ren. We get that. But before that, what led up to that? Him learning that his grandfather is Darth Vader, dealing with his dad, being Han, and his uncle. I mean, there's a leniency there, a legacy that's, grandfather, best Jedi, best starfighter pilot in the galaxy. His father's a phenomenal fighter pilot. Uh, I want to see that, man. I just want to see an interaction between young Ben Solo and Chewie.
yeah. And if they don't want to go that way, they can always go back to the origins of the Jedi and the Sith. But honestly, I think there's a lot of Star Wars still to come. There's a lot of things they can do. I think we're gonna get some really great projects coming up, and I can't wait to watch them.
Oh, absolutely. I think so too. Really quick, I know that some I just remembered some people have been asking about my glasses. I can't remember why, but some people were asking about my glasses. Here's a pair of them, guys. I don't know if you could see them too well. but here's a pair of them.
Put them
These are
on.
prescribed. These are not just for me to be an asshole about it. These are not cosplay. These are prescribed. They look purple right now, but they're actually red lens. Let me see if I can put them on for you guys so you guys can stop nagging me about it. There you go. That's what this particular pair looks like. I actually have four pair now. But this is prescribed.
Yeah,
I could actually legit walk around and wear these. I do not see red with these, although they look pretty intensely red. Um, but no, I see clear as day with these. So there you guys go.
pretty cool. As always, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think about the new video format as we're still getting used to it. And let us know what you think about Ahsoka. See you guys next time.
Take care, guys.